Hello, welcome to the YouTube channel where you learn English, especially the business English. So today we are going to look at the beginner's guide to learning English fast. So if you want to learn fast, you have to follow these steps. Don't miss out any of them. So what are the things you need to do for you to learn fast? In this definite guide, you should one, have a dictionary of your native language and English language. So the dictionary you have must have your native language and the English language. This is a must have for someone who is just a beginning. Two, learn the expressions you use every day in your native language. So the common expressions you use in your everyday in your native language, you have to learn them. And then three, learn the meaning of these expressions in English. First, you have to know them in your native language. And then three, so here you have to write them down, the expressions you use every day in your native language. And then three, now learn the meaning of these expressions in English using the dictionary. This the first thing you have to have the dictionary. Then here you have to use the dictionary from your native language to English language and then try to learn the meaning of these expressions. The expressions in your native language, you have to know them in English. Okay. Four, you divide your notebook into two columns. That is like you divide them into two, your notebook. So on the first column, you have to write the expressions. That is now number five. Write the expressions in your native language in one column. Remember, here you divide your notebook into two columns. So write the expressions in your native language in one column and their meaning in English in the right column. The equivalents. Number six, say these expressions in English many times. You have to repeat. For us to learn something new, we have to do it by repetition. You have to repeat many times the meanings of the expressions in English. Already you know them in your native language, but then you have to read them in English language. That is what you want. Seven, learn how to form sentences about you or sentences using you as the subject with the expressions you learned in number six. Using these expressions, use them to make sentences about you, using you yourself as the subject. And then eight, for you to form these sentences in English, we follow the rule, which is you have a pronoun plus verb plus object. This is the rule we follow in English. For every sentence we form, we have to follow this rule. So, nine, since the sentence is about you, the pronoun should be I because you are not using yourself. So, here, this pronoun would always be I. 10, to show you an example of how to form a sentence in English, we use this. For example, go to work is an expression we use in English. It's very common. We use every day. Go to work, go to school, go to the party. So these are expressions. Now, for me to use them to form sentences, I do what? I put the pronoun I, go to work at 8 o'clock. I go to work at 8 o'clock. So, so here, what is the pronoun here is I. The verb is go. And the object is to work. I go to work. I can say I go to school. I go to party. It's the same thing. I is the pronoun. The verb is go. Here to work, to school, to party, to church, to temple. Okay, any of them you use here is the object. Now we have at 8 o'clock. We call this extra information because I can just say I go to work. Maybe I say I go to work every day. So these are the things you must have. I go to work. Any other thing we have aside that, we call it extra information. So then number 11, form the same sentences with other extra information. Example, I go to work on Mondays. I go to work by bus. So if I say I go to work on Mondays, it's extra information. Maybe I go only on Mondays. That is every Monday I go to work. Other days I don't go to work because of the pandemic. So this on Mondays, here's an extra information. Now, I go to work by bus. The same thing, I go to work. Then by bus is an extra information. That is how I go to work. So these are what we call on Mondays or by bus, that we call them extra information. So how do you form a sentence in English? Remember, first thing you do, learn the expressions in your native language, learn their meanings in English. Then you divide your notebook into two columns. On one side, left side, you have the expressions in your native language. On the right side, you have them in English. Okay? You have to repeat them many times so that you can remember the expressions in English. With these expressions now, you try to form sentences in English using the rule pronoun plus verb plus the object. Using as an example, I go to work. So when you finish forming this, what we call the basic sentences, using I as the pronoun, now you can start using members of your family, your friends, your colleagues at work. Why? Because when you use member from your family, if it's your brother, you are going to say the pronoun will change to he goes to work. If it is she goes to work, the same thing. About your parents, they, or your friends, now the pronouns will change. But first and foremost, the first thing you have to do is to make so many sentences using yourself, using I. You have to dominate this. Use all the expressions you know their meanings in English. Use yourself and form these sentences, basic sentences first. When you do that, you are very comfortable. You can now try other pronouns by using your family members or your friends or your colleagues at work. So this is the guide for someone who wants to learn English fast, who is just a beginning and wants to learn first. What do you have to do? You have to form sentences using yourself. You have to do it so many times so that you get comfortable, you get used to that. This is the way we proceed. This is the way I teach it, because I have got many years of experience in teaching English, and the way to start is this way. First, you have to be comfortable talking about yourself, and then after that, you start using other people like your friends or members of the family or your colleagues at work. Alright, so if you have any, follow these rules and then try them out and then write your comments in case you think they work or you find any difficulty, any problems. You just write them in the comment section and then I will get in touch with you. Okay, so see you in our next class.
I thought my heart was made to break. Somehow I was paying for all my mistakes, and that's just the